am a big fan of corn tortillas, and I love them in lots of different ways. I make tacos all the time at home. My kids love tostadas. I mean, they're so delicious and so versatile. And today I'm using them to make enchiladas. To start off with, I'm making a homemade sauce. You could certainly buy a sauce, but this is so simple. I highly recommend making your own. Just need to mince up a small onion. I like my onion to be pretty small. That way the pieces of onion sort of dissolve into the sauce. Broken record time. If you have a really sharp knife, it's much easier to dice and slice. So invest in a good knife and keep it sharp. Mincing with a dull knife is almost impossible. What I'm making is basically a tomato sauce, but it's a little bit spicy because it has the addition of some jalapeno in it. This jalapeno is absolutely humongous, and you can either leave the seeds in or take them out, and that probably depends on how spicy the seeds are and how spicy you want your sauce to be. Taste them. Oh my God. Wow. That was unexpected. I don't know, for some reason, I thought it wasn't going to be spicy. It's very spicy. So the recipe calls for 1 jalapeno. I'm going to use half because this is so big, and because it's so spicy, I'm only going to leave the seeds in a quarter and remove the seeds from the other quarter. I mean, if I was just making this for myself, I would leave them all in, but I have to share. And I want everybody to be able to eat it. My son Hayden is not a huge fan of the spice, so for him, I would probably have to leave all of this out. Okay, minced also. Everything is going to get sauteed together, so you can just push it all into a pile. And then 1 clove of garlic. Ooh, man, you guys, that is intense. Okay, mince it up, get cooking. Over a medium-high heat, add a tablespoon of a neutral oil, like a canola or a soft safflower oil, and then add your onion, garlic, and jalapeno. Saute them until the onion is translucent. Add a 1/4 teaspoon of chili powder, and you want to let the chili powder get fragrant and cook out some of the rawness. I think it's really important to toast your spices in the oil with the aromatics before you add liquid. It is incredible how much a little bit of toasting will do for spices. Add some salt and pepper. Add a 1/2 cup of water. And then 1 can of whole tomatoes in puree. I've pulsed these in a food processor. You can also just crush them with the back of the spoon, but I prefer a sort of more evenly broken down tomato. Once this is simmering throughout, then you just want to cook it at a simmer until it's reduced and slightly thickened, about 15 to 20 minutes. And then add about a teaspoon of fresh lime juice. I'm going to taste this, see if it's good. It might need a little bit of salt. Just a little bit. Nice and spicy. This is ready. I'm just going to move it to the back while I toast my tortillas to get them nice and pliable. I like to toast my tortillas directly over a flame on a gas stove, but you can also just wrap them all up in foil and put them into the oven. That works as well. I just like the toastiness that you get from the direct contact with the heat. As they come off, you can just wrap them up in a clean kitchen towel, and that will allow them to steam just a little bit, and that keeps them nice and pliable, which is what you want when you're making enchiladas. It takes a couple of seconds per side. I just usually put them down, wait for them to start bubbling, and then turn them over, and then they'll bubble a little bit on the second side. I'm going to assemble these over at the counter. To assemble, you'll need some chicken, some minced jalapenos, pickled jalapenos if you want, that's optional, and shredded Monterey Jack cheese. So you'll need about 12 ounces total of shredded chicken. You can use a store-bought rotisserie chicken. This is also great for leftover chicken. Just put about 2 ounces in each tortilla with about 1 ounce of shredded cheese. You don't have to measure. It's totally fine. I'm not measuring. Just fill them up, add a little bit of the minced pickled jalapeno if you want, and then roll it up. Place it seam side down in a baking dish. This is a 9 by 13 inch baking dish, and then just continue doing that until they're all filled. It was a total of 8 tortillas. I actually think for the amount of filling I have, 10 tortillas is a little bit better of an amount. They seem tiny. They're like tiny little elegant tortillas. Have your oven preheating to 450 degrees so you can get these warmed up. Cheese. Pour the sauce over the top. You're going to use all this sauce. So I'd say that's about 3 cups of sauce if you were gonna not make your own. Sprinkle the top with the remaining cheese, and then you want to bake these until they're heated through and the cheese is melted and bubbling and golden brown. That'll take 5 to 7 minutes, and if you want it extra bubbly on top, you can put it into the broiler for the last like 2 or 3 minutes. Voila! It smells really enticing in here, and I think it's because I made my own sauce. Sizzling. It's gonna taste amazing. Top it off with a little bit of cilantro, maybe a dollop of sour cream. Not for me, but for others. Definitely have it on hand. It smells like corny goodness in here, and it's gonna taste even better. So good. Give this a try. You're gonna love it.